Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I don't know about you guys, but when I was young, I used to just dream about being a professional angler. There were other guys that I was growing up with that dreamt about being professional baseball players and football players. There were buddies of mine who wanted to play basketball, and I just dreamt of being a professional bass fisherman. I watched Bassmasters on Saturday mornings. I watched all the fishing shows. I have magazines, stacks of magazines from 30 years of Bassmaster magazines and so on that I've kept all this time. And those dreams of being a professional bass fisherman, I'm questioning whether or not kids these days are even going to know what professional bass fishermen are, or if it's even going to exist moving on in the future. We're going to talk about that when we come back. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. The dream of being a professional bass fisherman, I don't know. It seems pretty obvious that not a lot of guys still have that dream or that desire. I think there's still a lot of people who love to fish, and I'm happy for that. But that whole notion of being a professional angler just seems to be going away. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. I certainly see it in the comments section of these videos where I talk about, when I have a topic that talks about professional fishing, I can't tell you the number of comments that I get from guys that say, I don't pay attention to what professional fishing is going on. I don't pay attention to professional fishing. I don't watch it. I don't listen to what professional fishermen have to say. I watch YouTube. I love to go out and fish, but I don't pay attention to professional fishing. I see it a lot. And again, I don't know whether this goes back to the topic that I had in the videos last week where I talked about lack of integrity. If you've got a professional who's saying, oh, I hate forward-facing sonar, and then when they're getting paid a lot of money to promote the new Humminbird Mega Live, they're out there saying, this is great. Well, why would I believe a professional bass fisherman? They lie. They just say one thing, and then when they get paid, they say something else. So there's very low integrity. And that integrity then comes out in other things like all these bass fishing cheating scandals that are, coming out and stuff. And again, a lot of this stuff is you don't know what to believe, because the other part of this is that the whole bass fishing industry gets so polarized. We're polarized over forward-facing sonar. Half of us like it, half of us don't. Some of us don't care. And we get to this polarized situation where we divide. Instead of focusing on, hey, we love bass fishing, it's, well, you only do it because you're forward-facing sonar, or you do it because you don't, or whatever. And we lose sight of the fact that we all have this commonality of love for bass fishing. The polarization, the lack of integrity, it's all basically, it's a big lack of professionalism in the first place. So professional bass fishing is lacking professionalism. And if you want to look at that and take that one step further, as of late, you've got tournament directors who are walking into public places and getting into physical altercations with their anglers when you've got the Chamber of Commerce supporting that league coming there. It's ridiculous. It's totally unprofessional, and it's going on almost seemingly every day or every week in our profession. The polarization, the lack of integrity, and then you combine that and you get a polarization of people who, this guy cheated, oh no he didn't, I like him, so it's not his fault, it's the DNR's fault or whatever, and it just gets crazy where nobody is in agreement with anybody about anything, and we're completely losing sight of the sport that we love, which is causing it to go away. One of the things that I'll tell you is it's evident that it's going away, not only in the comments, but there's a lack of participation. The invitationals, the NPFL, they're struggling to get guys to, sign up to be part of those circuits that aren't the elites or the BPT. It might be due to the fact that there's too many circuits out there where the industry is watered down. There's not enough money to provide decent payouts for these circuits. And so there's just guys looking at it going, I can't afford to go out and fish professionally when I'm only going to make $1,000 or something like that, when by the time I pay my entry fees and pay my expenses. I get that, but those were all fields that were full a year or two ago, and now they're struggling to get, fields that are full. They're struggling to even come close to being full. So there's a lot of concerns that I have that professional bass fishing is in pretty critical condition. And I think the solution, like any medical condition, would be that if it keeps going this way, in order to prevent it from dying completely, we're going to have to see some things get cut off. Meaning, if I did severe damage to my arm, I may have to amputate that in order to save my life. Well, I think there's some significant paring down of professional bass fishing, whether that's organizations merging or field sizes condensing or certain tournament organizations disappearing altogether, in order for bass fishing, professional bass fishing, to survive. That's my own personal opinion. I'd love to hear yours. Guys, we appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you again tomorrow for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.